If you waited for Alpharetta prices to cool off, you waited too long. The smart buyers are jumping to Gainesville, Cumming, and Dawsonville, and not everyone's going to love what's coming next. I'm going to show you what's being built, who should move now, and where the headaches will hit first. Hi, I'm Sarah Maslowski with KeyPoint Homes Group. My team helps families relocate to North Metro Atlanta, Gainesville, Cumming, Dawsonville, the whole corridor. Today, we're breaking down the projects changing daily life up here, what they mean for prices and traffic, and whether you should buy now or wait. There are two big reasons for the growth that is happening in these areas, and that is affordability and available land. There is room for it, both physically and metaphorically. The core suburbs, think Alpharetta, Johns Creek, are basically built out and very pricey. Buyers and builders are jumping north, where deals still work out and mixed-use projects can actually fit. There's still real land left, especially in Gainesville and pockets of Forsyth and Dawson. Some owned by families for generations, some waiting for a developer that can come in and make the numbers work. That's why you're seeing bigger bets, housing plus retail and green space all in one place. Developers and home buyers are priced out of towns like Alpharetta and Johns Creek, so they're making the move north where the money goes further. But all of these improvements will help increase the desire and appeal of these smaller towns. Of course, all of this development comes with growing pains like the increase in traffic and prices in the area. But overall, it's such a great thing for these towns. Let's talk about what is happening in Gainesville. The old Lakeshore Mall, the one that used to be the shopping spot and then faded, is getting a complete reimagining. Branch Properties has decided to take on the overhaul of this shell of a mall and turn it into an incredible live, work, play setup. There's projected to be 300,000 square feet of retail and restaurant space, over 35,000 square feet of green space, more than 650 apartment units, and a 95 hotel room and 80 townhomes. Now, I actually had the chance to sit down with someone who works with a developer to bring in the tenants that will be in the space, and I am extremely excited and hopeful for what they are bringing to the area. The advisor that I met with has his hands in some really great projects throughout our state, like the Beltline down in Atlanta and Avalon over in Alpharetta, which I'm sure you've probably heard me mention before here on the channel. I get the impression that this is going to be a very upscale project, and gone are the days of iPhone repair shops and other extraordinarily lackluster space fillers that the mall currently has. It'll still be a while before we get an official lineup for who is going to fill the space, but I'm pumped for this new addition, and I think it's going to be a huge upgrade to what we have now and do a lot of really great things for our community. Now, another new addition coming to downtown Gainesville that I am very excited about is a new 5-story, 41,000 square foot office and retail building, which is going to replace an old parking lot. The part I'm most excited for is a high-end steakhouse called Char STK and a microbrewery called Wasted Bird, which is going to have a poultry-themed beer menu. Very fitting for Gainesville since we are the poultry capital of the world. We even have a chicken festival. There aren't any steakhouses close by that aren't chains, so it's going to be really nice to have something more upscale in the area for a nice high-end dinner. Construction is nearing the end, and this should be opening up in the next month or so. There's also plans for a new food truck park right in downtown that will be called Green Street Park. This is a really cool alternative to going to a sit-down restaurant because what food trucks that are going to be there is going to constantly change. There's always going to be a lot of variety and a cool spot to hang out, especially in the summers or when the weather is nice. On top of these new businesses and developments coming to the area, there are dozens of new neighborhoods popping up everywhere you look, especially 55-plus neighborhoods, and some of these are even on Lake Lanier. I've talked about these in a recent video, so make sure you go watch that, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on these new communities. I'll continue to update you as we learn more about timeline, pricing, and all of that good stuff. Bottom line, Gainesville packs a really big punch. It's a city that is growing year after year, and the area still offers a better value per square foot versus other north side suburbs. And although it's not cheap, it is more attainable, and that value gap is why demand is building. Now, Cumming in Forsyth County has seen some of the most notable growth in recent years, and it has by far seen the most changes, and it will continue going through a major transformation in years to come. Forsyth County has an insane population spike of 132% from 2000 to 2019. Since it's just north of Alpharetta, it has spilled right over into Cumming, which was a quiet farm town until people realized that, hey, this is the perfect landing place for all of the pent-up demand. One of the biggest projects coming in the area is the Gathering at South Forsyth, which is a massive development that's going to feature a mix of commercial, retail, hospitality, residential, and entertainment venues, all on 100 acres centered around a state-of-the-art arena capable of hosting NHL games and other major events like concerts and conferences. Here's what the developer says about it. With a completion date set in 2033, the development will include 24 residential units, 500 hotel rooms, and 1.6 million square feet of office and retail space. An 18,500-seat arena that could be used to entice a Major League Hockey team to the metro Atlanta area is also planned. Initially zoned for a regional mall nearly 15 years ago, plans never came to fruition and the land has sat empty and unutilized. Now, in addition to the hotel, office, and retail space, the Gathering will feature curated open community green spaces, water features, walking trails, and a state-of-the-art arena and community center in the heart of the district. Obviously, this is something that is going to take many years in the making, but projects like this get other people excited about the area. Any other developers that want to take advantage of the crowds that will also bring in, so they're going to continue to bring their projects to the area as well. Cumming has by far the largest concentration of new construction neighborhoods in the area. I recently made a video about how and why Toll Brothers has such a huge presence in the area. So go check that out if you're interested. But there are 12 different neighborhoods at various stages of completion in the area and many more that they have finished building. Toll Brothers is very particular about where they build homes, with a huge emphasis on areas that have highly ranked schools. So it's no surprise that they have so many communities here. They certainly aren't the only builders in the area. You've got Lennar, Meritage, Pulte, and D.R. Horton all are actively building in Cumming. Taylor Morrison also has several neighborhoods. David Weekley, which is one of my favorite builders, is building there, and so is John Wieland. Now, one of the downsides here is that there is already such high demand, so prices are already going to be pretty steep, even though the area is just getting into this major growth development phase. When it comes to Cumming's affordability, well, the baseline is already elevated. You're paying for schools, amenities, and demand. The upside, though, is that these amenities mature faster and resale can be strong, especially near top-rated schools. It's a great fit for school-focused buyers, people who want to focus on new construction with robust amenities, and those who love a busy, active area. You should think twice about this area if you need a rock-solid 9-to-5 Georgia 400 commute with zero surprises, or if event traffic is your nightmare, you want to choose your micro-location very carefully. Right behind Forsyth County and their extreme growth is Dawson County, which topped a recent U.S. Census Bureau list for counties with the country's fastest growing populations in 2024 with a 6.4% population growth rate. Dawsonville sits just north of Cumming, so the overflow of demand naturally pushes up here. It stays more affordable than Cumming largely because it's farther from Atlanta, but the momentum is real. There are a ton of new construction neighborhoods popping up here, but something that's interesting is that many of them are only rental homes, not homes you can purchase. These aren't the only new construction options, though. In fact, Dawsonville is going to be home to the newest Crestone community built by Coulter Homes here in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area, which is some pretty big news. Crestone at Dawson Springs is going to have 800 homes, so tons of opportunities to get into this new 55-plus neighborhood. This area is going to be a great fit for those who feel like Brazelton and Gainesville are too crowded and want a slower-paced area for retirement. This is another big indicator of growth in the area. Having a massive master plan community like this one is huge for an area and its growth. And it's usually something that kicks off more 55-plus communities in the area. Just like anything, when something new comes to an area that fills a big gap, other businesses and communities realize, hey, people like this and want to make a profit on the same thing, so I think we're going to see even more of these communities make their way to Dawsonville. So this area is a great fit for retirees craving a quieter neighborhoods and planned amenities, anyone that is prioritizing affordability over proximity to Atlanta. And you're going to want to think twice about Dawsonville if you need a ton of dining or medical options right now, or you hate driving for errands. Okay, your turn. Which town fits your lifestyle best? Are you into the new shopping that's coming to Gainesville, the top schools over in Cumming, or the quieter pace of life that you may find in Dawsonville? Tell me in the comments below. If you're interested in moving here to Georgia, my team would love to help. You can reach us by clicking the link in the pinned comment right below this video. If you are trying to figure out which metro Atlanta town would be the best fit for you, make sure you watch this video next.